the foundation of our work over the next 4 years. Now, COVID-19 has really shown us the importance of having affordable and accessible medicines, especially in a case when health systems are under pressure. But I remind myself and us all that having a pharmaceutical strategy, developing a new pharmaceutical strategy, was in fact in my mandate letter 1 year ago, which seems, of course, so much has happened since. But it was something that was already understood and demanded by the European Parliament, by the Council, that we needed to move in a different direction in terms of a strategy for pharmaceuticals in Europe. And COVID-19 clearly showed us the necessity. We have also seen how much we can achieve through our emblematic work on vaccines when we use innovation, when we use technology, when we give the right incentives, how we can move quickly forward. And we, as regulators, and this has really been, for myself, as Commissioner for Health and Food Safety, a key priority from the very beginning. So the pharmaceutical strategy for Europe is our response to the vulnerabilities that we have seen highlighted by COVID-19, but I would say not only, because we knew that these issues affecting affordability, accessibility, and shortages of medicines were already issues that were very important to member states. This is a strategy that will be able and aims to deliver at all times for patients, for an industry, and this is important, that will continue to be a world leader and a European champion. And this is a strategy that will be one of the cornerstones of our European Health Union. Ladies and gentlemen, there are currently over 7,000 citizens in the EU living with rare diseases, including many of them with rare cancers. And it's a shocking number to know that 95% have no treatment option. And what this means is that these patients and their families have to live with the reality of not being able to be relieved from pain or having access to a cure. Many of these also involve children, because we're talking also about pediatric cancers. And there is nothing more devastating than to have knowledge that you are facing a rare disease or a very serious disease, and you either have no medicines that you can turn to, or that there are medicines out there, but they're not accessible to you. So we need to do a great deal more, and we need to put things down now. At the same time, what we saw with COVID-19 was the actual impact of antimicrobial resistance. We've discussed it so many times before. And we have said so many times before that over 33,000 people die from antimicrobial resistance every year. But COVID-19 really highlighted the serious issues to do with this. And lives are lost because the market is failing, because we don't have the development of new antimicrobials. There are too many patients and citizens in the EU today, in 2020, that are still suffering due to an absence of treatments. We're losing lives. And at the same time, the EU is a global leader when it comes to pharmaceuticals. In research alone, medicine producers contribute to research and development with over 37 billion euro. They provide over 800,000 jobs and generate over 110 billion in trade surplus. So our pharmaceutical sector is strong. We already do have a good level of care in many areas of the EU, but we can deliver more and we can deliver better. We need to look at innovation because it is at the center here. We need to use digital transformation and scientific breakthrough. We need to use promising treatments. We need to move. We're at the time now of personalized care. We're at the time now when we need to be able to use gene and cell therapies. And regulators need we need to look at, as regulators, to see how we can move forward so that we look at the boundaries that need to be in place now and what has been put, not what has been put into place over the past many years. Now, I will not repeat what Vice President Sinas has already said. It will be based on 4 pillars on competitiveness and innovation in order to make personalized treatments more available to patients. It will focus on access to affordable medicines, because really, in fact, innovation only makes sense if it is available and affordable to patients. And it will also be looking at an EU open strategic autonomy by ensuring supply chains and addressing shortages in Europe. And we saw how this was challenged in COVID-19. We have already launched a dialogue on this to have a clear understanding of the supply chains and the shortages, and we will be looking at an ambitious reform of our legislation by 2022. And finally, we need to ensure that we maintain a strong voice in the global stage and a level playing field. And this is also included in the strategy. So ultimately, in ending, I would say that what the pharmaceutical strategy aims to ensure is that Europe is a place where medicines are developed, manufactured, made available in an affordable way to all patients who need them, regardless of where they live in the EU. We cannot do this alone. The Commission cannot do this alone. We need the support of Member States, of the European Parliament, of NGOs, of patient organizations. But ladies and gentlemen, I've stood at this podium countless times over the last few months when dealing with this pandemic crisis, and I have heard and shared with you the many expectations, the many concerns, the many anxieties, that we need to do more in the area of public health in our union. And that's why we presented EU for Health. That's why we went forward and presented the European Health Union. And that is why we're going to be shortly coming forward with the Europe's Beating Cancer Plan, because we have been listening and we're listening to European citizens. And all these are parts of the new European Health Union, one that is citizen-centered, one that will be patient-centered, and one that will deliver what citizens expect from us. So today's strategy is to build a stronger Europe in the area of health, and it is another step in what we want, which is to deliver what citizens expect from us, especially at a time of crisis. Thank you.